Hi, welcome to the first session of Economics 360. This is going to be just a very brief introduction, a general introduction, in order to let you know that there's a human behind this course, and to speak a little bit about the syllabus. I have posted a syllabus to Blackboard. So I'm sure that all of you are familiar with Blackboard, and so once you log on, you'll find a syllabus that probably should answer all the questions that you have. But in order not to take any chances, I figured that I will emphasize maybe 6 or 7 or 8 different points. I made a list of them, so without any further ado, let me just proceed to speak to some of these issues. I will come back to the syllabus later on, but right from the beginning, let me stress one thing, just in case some of you haven't taken online courses. But looking at the list of students, I know that some of you have taken online courses before. But yet, I must stress that an online course is a completely different kind of course than your traditional courses whereby you meet in class face-to-face. There is a great deal of responsibility that is really belongs to you, that is a burden whereby you've got to try and live up to it. The material that does accumulate and does accumulate very rapidly, and keep in mind that this is a theoretical course, so you just cannot beat around the bush. Practically every single issue that we're going to deal with requires a very specific answer, and so you must stay on top of the material all the time. The course, as you well know, is 13 weeks, and so the syllabus has assigned certain chapters. I have chosen for the first time an easier textbook than the one that I normally use for a traditional course, because I figured that since you're going to be the ones who are going to be responsible really for reading the material and understanding it more or less on your own, then I wanted to give you a textbook that does not delve into as many of the nuances and the details, so that the task will be a little bit easier. The material obviously is the same, but it is dealt with less rigorously, if I might say so. The other thing that is crucially important, therefore, is that you've got to read the material, read it again, and reread it. You've got to make absolutely certain right from the beginning, because it's going to build up on each other, the material. You've got to make sure, absolutely certain, that you understand the first chapter so that you'll be able to understand the second, and so that you'll be able to understand the third, and so on and so forth. They are not independent chapters. Although the course, to be very frank, as probably you already know once you look at the syllabus, is composed really of 3 different areas. The first area is pure theory, the second area is more or less policy, and the third area would be international finance. So really this is a course that combines both, you could say, micro and macroeconomics. The theory is purely micro, the policy is really neither nor, and the finance depends quite a lot on your macro model that you have dealt with. And I'm not talking right now about the intermediate macro. The intro macro would be sufficient. The Keynesian model that you have dealt with in Economics 105. The second point that I wanted to make sure that you understand from the beginning is the fact that the syllabus does assign very many chapters, and that you've got to really stay on top of the material each and every single week. The third point is that the besides the textbook, I'm not in a position right now to give you the exact title, but I will require you to go ahead and read certain posts that I will put on a blog that is only for this course. So once I start the blog in the next week or so, I will send you the exact URL about how to get into the blog. There will be a post. You've got to read the post, and you've got to write a comment, a thoughtful comment about that particular post. In general, I will try to post around 10 different times during the semester. And your remarks must be posted within less than a week, within maximum a week, by the 7th day of the date during which the initial post appears, if you are to get any credit for that particular comment. And you'll find out, again, in the syllabus it spells it out, that there is a substantial part of the grade that belongs to these comments that you're going to have to make on essentially a weekly basis, but probably a little bit less than a week, maybe only 10 times during the semester. The fourth point that I would like to make is that the course requires a paper. And sometimes students say, and at least they have told me so, that they didn't find the paper added much to their knowledge. Well, I'm surprised that really it doesn't, but because the paper is supposed to be a topic of your choice, it is a departmental requirement, and even if I wanted to change it, I cannot change it. Every single student who is taking an economics course has got to write a paper. And the purpose of the paper is to make sure that the student has demonstrated that he or she have done independent work. So you'll have to go to the library, find a number of references, think about that idea that you want to write about, and be able to write a paper. And it is a topic of your choice. You've got to, however, submit the topic to me. And again, I don't have the syllabus with me right now, but I believe that I mentioned as of the end of the 3rd week. And then the paper isn't due until the end of the semester. And again, the number of pages and whatever number of words, actually not pages, are already mentioned. The other thing that is obviously crucially important, and we've got to highlight that, I never feel comfortable in highlighting it, but no matter what happens, don't ever think even about the possibility of plagiarism. The biggest single mistake that one can do, or error that one can commit in an academic environment, is to go ahead and commit plagiarism, because it will be an automatic F. Not for the assignment, but for the course. And if I have anything to do with it, I would probably even suggest that the administration even suspend the students. Now, I don't know whether they're willing to do that. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So the paper is there so that you think of a topic of your choice related to international economics, obviously. You do the research, and not all of your references are to be internet-based. I would like at least 4 of the references to be non-internet-based. And those that are going to be internet-based have got to really belong to certain reliable, credible sources, such as maybe even the UN or the United States government or the WTO or what have you. Now, the 5th point that I would like to mention is the fact that both the midterm, we're going to have the midterm and the final. So both the midterm and the final, each of them will be for a period of 2 hours. And again, since this is an online course, we will the dates have already been chosen, and they cannot be changed, neither the dates nor the time. So you have all the time in the world to try and adjust your schedule if you think that it doesn't fit, so that you will be able to find a way of taking the exams when they're given. I'm not going to make any exceptions whatsoever. So you know when the exams are going to be given, you have to make sure to be able to take them. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that I've chosen the exams to be given in the evening. So I'll give you a window of 2 hours. I believe I have chosen 6 to 8 on whatever the dates were, probably during the 7th week and during the 14th week. And all the material, that's the other thing, is going to be cumulative. That's to say, every single thing that is assigned, you're responsible for. The other thing is I will probably be posting also periodically something very similar to what we're doing right now, certain 20-minute, 30-minute clips about the material for that week, with the hope that it would help you understand some of these problems, and in particular, since this is a course in theory, so probably I will try to go at least over the models on a blackboard and make sure that the camera is capturing what I'm showing, so that you'll be able to read it, and then you'll be able probably to follow the presentation. Now, whenever I post any of these clips, I will let you know about it, again, by sending you an email. However, it is your responsibility, it goes without saying, that you should go ahead and double-check the blackboard periodically. The 7th point is really a very simple matter. If it so happens that you are a PLV student, or maybe even a PNY student, but you'd like to meet in person if the time allows, my office is at Choate in Pleasantville, room 52B. You have my email on the syllabus, so shoot me an email. I am very flexible when it comes to the time, and maybe we can arrange to have a chat or a cup of coffee or whatever it is, if it so happens that you are in the area and that you have the free time to do that. The only other 2 points that I wanted to mention is that as the syllabus again makes it clear, I am going to be assuming that our semester starts as of Monday, September 9th. So really, if you're going to think about it in terms of regular scheduling, it's as if we're going to have our lecture on Mondays, and our first Monday will be that of September the 9th. Then this leaves me with only one thing, and that is to just wish you good luck. If you have any questions, again, send me an email, and have a great semester. Okay? Bye-bye. I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.